Welcome back to Crypto Spaces, back with another Monad update for you guys. Monad fell below that 2.5 cent level, guys, below ICO price once again. Still think Monad is in a good spot, and it is holding compared to a lot of altcoins. If you take a look at a lot of the altcoins from like previous cycles for the past few years, they've just been going down, bleeding down, bounce, bleed down again, bounce, and it's just been a continuous cycle of that, right? So right now, Monad right here at 2451 cent. I did say in previous videos it could be a great DCA opportunity that is coming, and so said, so done, right? But that doesn't mean in the long term Monad will underperform, right? In the long term, still super bullish on Monad. Still think Monad is going to be an absolute gem and an absolute portfolio melting coin, altcoin this year, right? People like Benjamin Cohen, people like Benjamin Cohen say, hey, you shouldn't look to invest in altcoins. You shouldn't look to look for big gains from crypto. Investing should be boring. Now, I personally don't like that take, man, because what would be the point of crypto? If that's the point, why not we all just go trade the stock market, right? If it's just going to be altcoins don't perform well, we should just all go and trade the stock market. Then we should not be invested in crypto, right? People are in crypto looking for opportunities, right? And I'm not mad at them for doing that. If you take a look around, if you take it, come off your high horse, come off your pedestal from someone that is successful, someone that is wealthy, you come down to the level of someone that's struggling in their job, or living paycheck to paycheck, they're in debt, they can't pay their bills, you would understand why someone wants to take a risk in their life, a risk that an amount that they're willing to lose, which is the strategic way to do it, and invest in the altcoin market and take that risk, because they're trying to change their lives, right? They see content creators, OnlyFans models, not even joking when I say that. You look around, you're working very hard, you're attending your job every day on time, doing what you got to do, handling your bills and everything like that. And then you look around, you see content creators, OnlyFans models, scammers, grifters making millions of dollars, right? And you're saying to yourself, what could I do to change my the place I'm at in life? And then you discover crypto. You see like projects that are actually trying to build, and you take a chance on them. You take a chance on that. I don't see anything wrong with that, in my honest opinion, right? So Monad, in my opinion, is one of those altcoins out of the thousands, millions. Monad is one of those altcoins that could have that massive potential, massive upside, right? Obviously nothing is guaranteed. Obviously, you be strategic. If you get a 5x on Monad, 3 to 5x, you could de-risk. You could take your initials, take some profits, right? But as far as one of the altcoins that can perform, I think Monad will be one of those ones, right? And I'm sticking with that thesis. So right now, Monad is at 265.6 million market cap, 75 million volume. Volume is down 32%. So low volume is coming. Low volume is here now. So when it's low volume, it's a great time to DCA, right? If you haven't accumulated 100,000 Monad, I see people say they had 200k or coming up on 200k coins. Again, no need to overinvest, guys. If it's depending on what you're willing to lose, right? If it's depending on what you're willing to lose. So if you're willing to lose, because 200k is $5,000 right now, around 5,000, just a little bit less, right? If you're willing to lose $5,000, that's what you invest, right? But remember, nothing is guaranteed in this space. Nothing, right? I've learned that lesson very harshly in my past few years in the space. I've learned that lesson very harshly, right? So never invest more than willing to lose. If like, this is why I say 50,000 to 100,000 Monad is a great bet. You might think 50,000 monad is like, oh, that's only 1,300. It's not gonna do anything. Well, if monad does a 10x from here and goes to 25 cent, 30 cent, that's gonna be 15k, close to 20k, somewhere in that range, right? 12 to 15k to even, we see a 40 cent monad, 20k, right? From 1,227 bucks, right? That's a great start. That's a great way to, now you have more money to reinvest in the market, right? You have money you could leave in monad in case it does go to $1. Maybe you de-risk 25k, at 20, 30 cents, you de-risk 25k, and you let the 25k monad does it actually achieve $1, which is very possible. You make 25k at $1, and you have, that 7,500 that you took out at 20 to 30 cents, right? So this is how you have to be. You have to be strategic, and you have to, be as best at this space as you can be. Don't just think you're gonna just, half. You're gonna give this space half the effort and expect to change your life and make millions or whatever your financial goals are, right? So, as I said, now is a great DCA opportunity for monad. Anything under ICO is a great buy. Again, I'm not sure how much lower we do go. We could reverse here. Don't rule that out. So this is why you DCA. If you didn't accumulate the amount that you wanted yet, you buy $300 here. If you got $3,000, you buy $300 here. Dips lower, buy another 500. Dips lower, buy another 600, etc. Right? Or, and obviously, don't FOMO if it starts to reverse, right? Don't FOMO if it starts to reverse. Just look for dips. Dips are for buying, right? Not green candles, right? So as always, none of this is financial advice. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Like and subscribe, share the videos. Truly appreciate all the support on the videos. The channel is getting a nice viewership, and I truly appreciate that. Thank y'all so much. I'll catch you in the next one.